In this video, we're going to go over why is Orange County, California, why should that be one of the top areas that you should consider buying a long-term rental property in, especially during an uncertain market. Now, right now in 2024, and especially over the last 4 years, we've had a very uncertain market and not just in real estate, but in the overall economy and the overall world. And there's other countries that are experiencing, a huge recession right now. And so just the market overall in the United States and in the world is just very uncertain. So why should Orange County, a very expensive area to get in and to buy a rental property and with not much cash flow, why should you consider that? Now, when you invest into a long-term rental property, you either choose one of two options. One, you pick either cash flow or an appreciation market. And so if you're an investor and you had a couple rental properties, you're either one or the other. It's very uncommon to find investors that pick both. And so there's pros and cons with either. If you're looking for monthly cash flow and you want to scale that, then picking a market that focuses on that is very, very helpful. Markets like California tend to be more appreciation. And so you pick asset-based appreciation. And I'm going to make the argument why Orange County, the appreciation market, why should you consider that on your next rental property? Well, Orange County, I think number one, during an uncertain time, I think it's very helpful to pick a market where there's just a lot of demand, there's a lot of jobs, there's a lot of tourism, there's just a lot of people there, and we have decades and centuries of that happening in Orange County. Orange County isn't something brand new or anything like that. It's been around for a very long time. People want to live here, work here, and also vacation here. Growing up, I'm not originally from Southern California or Orange County. I'm from out of state, and we used to vacation in Orange County, and that I grew up in Seattle, Washington, so we would fly down and just vacation here. And so California and Orange County specifically is its own market by itself. I think I read a stat by Wall Street. This was, I think, in 2017, that if Orange County was its own country, it would be like the 40th wealthiest country in the world. So there's just so many people, so much demand, so much wealth here. And so if I'm looking for long-term rental property that I want to make sure I'm going to have good appreciation, and then hopefully over time I'm going to have some cash flow, I want to pick a market that has a high demand and people want to be there. So Orange County, I think number one, you have that. It's really hard to compete with our appreciation that we have here in Orange County. And so I think Orange County makes a great option for an investor that is a little bit more of a seasoned investor. They don't necessarily have to have a ton of cash flow within the first couple years. They're more focused on the appreciation and what the net worth builder could be of that asset going up in value. If you have somewhat deeper pockets and you can have longevity to hold, I think California makes a great option because we have appreciation. It's very steady. Even during recessions, Orange County and Southern California is shown to be one of the last to get in and first to get out of a recession. And there is just more than enough jobs here. So if one company leaves Southern California and goes somewhere else, it's not going to majorly at all impact our market here. So we have history. When you have a high amount of demand and a lot of people that live here in Orange County, it is very easy to find tenants. Just because there's so many people that live here and work around here, people need a place to live, and housing is very, very hard to come by. And so if I'm investing into a rental property, I want to make sure not only, yes, is it going to go up in value? Is it in high demand? Do people live here? Yes, I want all that, but I also want to rent it out quickly and efficiently. And I don't want 30, 60, 90 days of a property sitting vacant because that just becomes very expensive very, very fast. So when a tenant moves out or it's just not working out with the tenant and I need to find a new tenant, you can rest assured in Orange County, you're going to be able to in most places in Orange County, within 2 weeks really or less, if it's priced right and it shows well and it doesn't back up to a freeway or anything like that. If it's just a normal residential property, within a couple weeks you're going to have multiple applications, and you get to pick and choose which tenant you want to work with. So you're going to fill it really quickly. You're going to have a lot of demand on it. It's going to go up in value, and it's a very safe investment long term, because our appreciation just continues to scale. One of the last things that I'll say about why you should consider Orange County to invest into a long-term rental, especially during a uncertain market like we're in right now, is that there's option. Like, let's say if you buy a single family home, and I have a couple clients doing this right now. Let's say you buy a single family home and it has a decent sized lot. A lot of cities are approving what's called an ADU, which is a second unit in the back that you can rent out separately and have two different tenants, one in the main house and then another one in like a studio or a small 2-bedroom ADU in the back. And so there's room to grow, and you can add permitted square feet. And so when you do that, not only do you add another unit to rent, but you also add permitted square footage to the property, which also helps boost the value. And so if you build, let's just call it like a studio, and you spend $175,000. So a studio, 1 bed, 1 bath, a studio, 1 bed, 1 bath, in North Orange County, you're at least gonna get $2,000 for that. So you spend $175,000 and you get roughly $2,000 a month. And it could be a little bit higher than that, $2,200, $2,300, just depending on which city that you're in. But let's just say you're in North Orange County. So those numbers make sense. And that's how you build the cash flow and how you add more value and add permitted square footage to the property so it boosts the valuation. If you have any questions on this, feel free to reach out to me.